We grew up sailing in Detroit. The most vivid memories are of two places in Canada. Bayfield, where we used to sail up the first weekend of the summer, and then Georgian Bay. And there's nothing more beautiful than the crystal clear drinkable water of Georgian Bay with our bright red sailboat, Firefly, sailing through it. When I was 13, our family did a year's cruise from Detroit, out the Erie Barge Canal, up to Maine, down to Florida, to the Bahamas, to the Virgins, to Grenada, and back in 1 year and 7 days. It was life-changing. We also got to see the America's Cup in 1977, so all of those seeds were just like shoved into my mind in that critical age where you're just learning that you have a future and starting to think about it. When we came back from the year's cruise, my dad had yelled at us for a year of how to trim the sails, so I was at the top of my game, and from that moment on, I was obsessed with racing sailboats. I was the captain of the sailing team at Michigan State University, and I think I learned more by being that and organizing regattas than anything I learned in the classroom. I graduated in '87, and then I got a call to go to Maiden. In 1989, there was a team going to go around the world, all women. I went over to England, I tried out, made the team, and quickly became the watch captain, the diver, and the engineer on the first all-female team to race in the Whitbread Round the World race. The crew of Maiden was led by Tracy Edwards, who was the skipper, the fundraiser, and the navigator, and the eclectic group of women that were on board. Many of them have gone on to be super successful in their own way. Michaela is down in Antarctica leading expeditions. Jenny Mundy is the head of merchant services for Visa Worldwide. Sally has started all of the swim schools in the country of Scotland. So it was a pretty dynamic group. When we finished Maiden, I had to find my next job. So I called up a connection I had made named Gary Jobson and got a tryout for the America's Cup for 1992. And at age 25 and a half, I became part of the winning America's Cup team in 1992. Reaching the ripe old age of 30, which is when I was 13, I thought those people were super old. I had to figure out what I was going to do with my career, and that was America True, which is by far the best team that I was ever involved with. And I don't say that just because I was the CEO and captain. We had a mixed team. There was a great deal of mutual respect across the whole team. In between all the different campaigns, I had to have a way to make an income, and I would often do speaking. I wrote a book, and I did a fair amount of television. So the cycle between the 2000 Cup in New Zealand and the 2007 Cup in Valencia, Spain, I was on-air talent for Outdoor Life Network. I worked for Hillary Clinton. I did campaigning. And then I got a call from a family in Long Island that said, "We have a problem." When the Lawrence family called me up and said, "We have too many boats and not quite sure what to do with it in Oyster Bay." And so I was a consultant at that point, and they hired me to do a business plan. So I did a SWOT analysis that came up with 5 different things that they could do. But as a consultant, I was always taught that you're not supposed to design the job for yourself. Ironically, I think I did, because they refused to let me go. I agreed for 3 years, and now it's 14 years. So I'm ultimately a very failed consultant. Oakcliff is a training and coaching center that uses the fun part of sailing to train people into being good human beings, or as we say, building American leaders through sailing. We've had success in that 5 of our graduates are currently with the America's Cup team, American Magic. 2 of our graduates just finished winning the Round the World race, the ocean race. We're still working on the Olympics, and U.S. Sailing Oakcliff has a scholarship for strictly community sailing graduates. So we are taking our effort, our life-changing, world-changing program, and putting the money into it to allow people to come in to Oakcliff and train and get the job skills. Oakcliff's apprenticeship program, human leadership program, sailing, mechanical side of sailmaking and composites. We're kind of like a trade school, a leadership school, and a sailing academy all put into one. And we're at the sweet spot where America is understanding that not everybody has to go into huge debt for a college education. And I'm really happy that we're able to provide that. And what you learn here are absolutely transferable skills to become a CEO or to run a business or to go sailing and just have fun for the rest of your life.